Can everybody hear me good? That's off my bucket list now. Now I can move on. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Roland Benson. I'm the coolest dude in this room because I have the honor of being the best man for my brother, Benjamin. Let's go ahead and give him a If we could just pause for a quick moment of silence to remember all of our heavenly family, all of our family serving in our military overseas, and the ones who just couldn't make it today. Thank you. Today's wedding would not have been possible without the help of our great family and friends. And if you hear your name, could you just raise your hand real quick so we can recognize you and thank you? We spent the past 8 months planning this wedding. And believe me, I know that they're excited about this next chapter in their life because they've been talking about it nonstop since October of last year. They are definitely excited about this. Michaela has had 2 bridal showers. The first was hosted by her aunts, Kim, Dee, Brandy, and Casey. The second was hosted by Mary and Chloe Killian. Thank you. Linda Webb, the bride's grandmother, contributed her beautiful wedding gown. The rehearsal dinner was put together by my dad, Bobby Benson. The decorations were provided by Leslie and Bobby Benson, Gidget Ray, and Linda Webb. The decoration committee consisted of family and friends. That was all of us. We all helped out with that. And the wedding cake was made by professional cake baker Ricky Bolas. I think it looks awesome. The food has been provided by both the bride and groom's family, Stephanie Dalton, Heather Belton, and Elaine Green. Photography by Kathleen Williams with Foot Sea Photography. Thank you. And playing the guitar for the service, we have my grandpa Bob Benson. Did a great job with that.
Bob Fowler.
Everyone, this place looks great. The food looks great. We're all having a good time. Thanks for coming out. None of this could have been done without your help, and we greatly appreciate you. Thank you. All right, let's get this started. My brother has been called many names growing up. Benjamin, Ben, Benny, or if you're real close to him, you know him as Bear. Now, I've called him a few other names in the past, but we'll leave those out forever. And he was a biter back in the day, and that's how he got the nickname. For any of those who didn't know, we called him that since before he could even walk. And he'd just crawl around biting anything that he could find, my hands, my feet, like a little bear just running around. And that's kind of how I just stuck with it. And my whole life I've been excited for him. I actually remember when I was very young, and my parents called me upstairs and asked me if I wanted a little brother or sister. And I was so excited. I was so happy that I couldn't contain myself. And he's been my best friend since day one. We grew up doing things together, like playing in the treehouse that my dad built, talking trucks in the sandbox, riding bicycles together, destroying G.I. Joes. And one of the best things about having a little brother was I finally had somebody to lay in front of the ramp while I jumped it on my bicycle. And for real, man, I'm so glad that we had a chance to go up and do that kind of stuff together. It's really been great. Really has. life, it's very important to have a hero and a mentor. I learned at an early age that my brother looks up to me, and that I was his mentor. And I took that role very seriously. And as I say that, a big brother has a big job. We're here to teach the younger sibling all the things that the parents don't normally get around to teach. I taught him things like how you can get shot in the face with a BB gun and still be okay. I taught him how the receiving end of a bullwhip feels. I taught him the difference between a spoonful of cinnamon and a spoonful of cayenne pepper. I taught him how long you can have your face held to a space heater without it getting blisters. And if we both ever needed to know how cold the water was, you can say that we've had one of those tough love relationships. I love him to death, so I made him tough. I remember when my brother and I were very young, before we worried about the big headaches in life, before we worried about taxes, politics, bills, females, and we were walking down the road to our grandparents' house, and he wanted to hold my hand. And I pulled my hand back, and I said, "No, stop, don't do that, don't hold my hand, I don't like that." And I think that was the moment whenever I actually realized how big of a role I'm playing in his life, because he started to cry. And the big brother instinct kicked in. And I realized that it wasn't all about me. I rolled my eyes, and I grabbed his hand, and I said, "Come on, let's go." And that's all it took to make him happy. And seeing him happy has always made me happy. Like I said earlier, a big brother has a big job. There's been times where we could have fun and be friends, but there's also been times where I've had to steer him in the right direction and help him out. One day in elementary school, I found him sitting by himself on the playground, and he was pretty shy back then, believe it or not. And so I went up to him, and I said, "Come on, bro. You can play with me and my friends. Let's go." In the past, we've found ourselves in a couple sketchy situations, specifically on a New Year's beach trip at Dirty Myrtle in 2012. And again, I've had to grab his hand, and I said, "Come on, bro, let's go." Every wrestling practice, match, and tournament that I could go to, I was there on the sideline or hollering from a FaceTime call, "Let's go, come on, let's go, boy." But whenever we got to high school and it was time for me to take him to school in the morning, he was usually the one banging on my door saying, "Come on, bro, let's go. You're going to make me late again." I always made him late. Never fell on that. But enough about me. Let's talk about the man of the hour. My brother's a tough guy. He is. He's a tough guy. And he was never taught to be a quitter. Not by me, not by anyone. He was taught by our dad to have a CB can-do attitude. Hoorah. And when it came to leaving messes around the house, my mom taught us you do not. And that was more or less like, "Do not put those dishes away before you dry them. Do not walk on these clean floors with them dirty shoes." I know, right? He's definitely had some great influences in life, but the drive and the determination that he has to keep pushing through a tough situation comes from him, because that's just who he is. And for those of you who don't know, my brother's different. He's different because he's always been strong. He didn't have to learn that one. He's always kept going. He's always found a way. He's overcome more obstacles in life than I can ever imagine. He loves without reason. He forgives without looking back. He puts his full heart into everything that he does. And he's pretty dang good on the grill too, man. He cooks a good steak. I'll tell you what. Grill master. And he says he's learned so much from me. And I'll take some credit for that because I know he has. But I wouldn't be who I am today without him and his impact on my life. Michaela, today you took his hand, so keep him going. It's a big job. I wish y'all the best. I see how y'all light up whenever you're around each other. I see the bond that you two share, and I can tell that you're very happy. Remember that life is still going to throw you curveballs. You will have good times. You will have bad. You will have good times, and you will have bad. In your bad times, always remember that it's not you two versus each other, but it's you two versus the situation. And in your good times, praise God. There's bound to be rough waters, and I know you'll take some falls. Keep the good Lord as your captain, and you'll make it through them all. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Bear, I suggest you do the same for at least 5 more years. Always remember that if you treat your marriage the same way that you treat your life, there's not a single problem that you won't be able to tackle. You do or you do not, because there is no try. And sail your vessel until your river runs dry.
Yes. Amen. Yes. Awesome.